So, good morning students. Today we are going to talk about the women entrepreneurs. Actually, today our government is giving importance to the development of entrepreneurial skill among men and women, and especially they are giving much more importance for the development of women entrepreneurship. The emergence of entrepreneurs in a society depends to a greater extent on the economic factors, social factors, religious factors, cultural factors, and the psychological factors prevailing in the society. So, economic factors here we mean, that is, it depends upon the availability of capital, men and material. And as far as the social factors are concerned, what is the political system prevailed and what are the policies given by the government, and what are the religious factors, that is, depending upon the religion, the entrepreneurship is emerged in different ways, and what are the cultural factors, that is, depending upon the family background and education, we can develop the entrepreneurship qualities, and psychological factors, that is, some persons may be having some passion about becoming the entrepreneur. So, all these factors are essential for the emergence of entrepreneurs of any society. Actually, in many countries, especially in developed countries, many business concerns are owned by the women. Say here I have given some data relating to the women entrepreneurs in developed countries and developing countries. Then in the advanced countries of the world, there is a phenomenal growth in the number of self-employed women after the Second World War. Then as far as the US is concerned, 25% of the businesses are owned by the women, and especially most of the small businesses are owned by the women. And as far as the Canada is concerned, 1/3 of the business are owned by women, and in France it is 1/5. And as far as UK is concerned, since 1980, the number of self-employed in case of women is more as compared to the self-employment of men. Then relating to the women entrepreneurs in India, as per the 1991 census, actually many entrepreneurs have not registered their names as entrepreneurs. So, only 4.5% of the self-employment were recorded as self-employed person. During 96-97, 11.2% of the entrepreneurs were women, but now it is in the increasing trend. And then let us see the concept of women entrepreneurs. The women entrepreneurs are those women who generate business ideas or select the best opportunity. That is, they are generating their own ideas and they are selecting the best opportunity available in the society, and they mobilize the resources. That is, for running any business we need variety of resources. So, for example, men, material. So, we have to mobilize all these resources and combine the factors of production. So, factors of production here we mean, that is land, labor, money and the entrepreneurship. So, we combine together all the factors of production for achieving the objective of profit and undertake the risk. That is, every business involves the risk. Without risk there is no business. So, to what extent we are ready to take a risk, then definitely we can earn more and more profit and operate the business. So, the women entrepreneurs generate business ideas, select the best business opportunity, mobilize resources, combines the factors of production, undertake the risk and operate the enterprise in the most effective and efficient manner with a view to earning profit. Then let us see some of the definitions given by various concerns and authors for the term women entrepreneurs. Women entrepreneurs, that is, in general, women entrepreneurs may be defined as the woman or group of women take initiative to set up a business enterprise and to run it smoothly. That is, a business enterprise can be run by a single woman or it can be run by a group of persons. And another definition is given by the Government of India, that is, as far as the Government of India, that is an enterprise owned and controlled by a woman. That is, one important feature is it should be controlled by a woman. and having a minimum financial interest of 51%. That is, the capital should be contributed by the women to the extent of at least 51%, and the employment generated in the enterprise by women. And in many cases it defines that that is, employment should be provided at least 51% of the total population of the concern. Then let us say the different categories of women entrepreneurs. In general, we can categorize the women entrepreneurs into three, that is, the first group of entrepreneurs, second group of entrepreneurs, and third group of entrepreneurs. In the first group of entrepreneurs, that is, here the women are well educated and professionally qualified, and they themselves take initiative and manage the business as men do. That is, already we have defined, already we have seen what are the different features included in the women entrepreneur. So, likewise, so what are all the qualities we expect from the women entrepreneur? So, if a woman possesses all these qualities, then those women entrepreneurs will come under the category of the first group entrepreneurs. That is, they generate ideas, they develop business opportunities, they select the business opportunities, they mobilize the resources and run their business successfully. Then second group entrepreneurs. So, here actually these type of entrepreneurs will not have any educational or formal educational or any qualification, but they are taking the practical skills. They themselves take practical skills from the small scale practical skill and run the small scale or tiny industries. And what are the qualities expected for running these enterprises? They develop their skills by them. Then third group women entrepreneurs. Actually, these entrepreneurs are not concerned with the profit, they are concerned with the service motive. They work in cities and slums to help women with the lower livelihood. So, in general, the entrepreneurs, either a single woman or group of women are like NGOs. So, they are running their enterprises for rendering service to the poor community. And there are some other categories. One is chance entrepreneurs. That is, by chance they may become entrepreneurs. That is, they are having an opportunity, they come across with good opportunities, but they grab the opportunities, they utilize the opportunities on time. And they start the enterprise without any preparation, without any clean goal. So, they had an opportunity, they have an opportunity, they utilize the opportunity and they run the enterprise. And another type is created entrepreneurs. So, created entrepreneurs are nothing but the entrepreneurs who are made. That is, we can classify the entrepreneurs into two, that is, entrepreneurs are born entrepreneurs and made entrepreneurs. So, here these entrepreneurs are made entrepreneurs. So, actually many entrepreneurship development program, that is EDPs, are conducted by the government for developing the entrepreneurs. So, they are identifying the entrepreneurs, developing the entrepreneurs and making them to become successful entrepreneurs. So, here women can impart entrepreneurial skills from the entrepreneurial development program. So, here the women entrepreneurs are identified, encouraged and developed. Then natural entrepreneurs. So, here the entrepreneurs are born. So, the born entrepreneurs are called as the natural entrepreneurs. So, these entrepreneurs are just like first category of entrepreneurs. That is, they possess all the qualities of the entrepreneurs. Then they take business as a profession of their own. They plan by themselves, they generate ideas, they develop business opportunity, they select the best opportunity, they mobilize the resources and they do all the activities, they take the risk and they run the business effectively. Then always they keep them with their own business. Okay. Then next one is Binami women entrepreneurs. Sometimes some businesses that is by seeing that the businesses are run by the woman, but actually the business are run by some other persons, some other male persons, either he may be a husband or father or brother. So, these women entrepreneurs are called as the Binami women entrepreneurs. Then let us say the scope and opportunities for women entrepreneurs. that is in the beginning years, in the earlier years, many of the women entrepreneurs were concerned only with the activities which can be done within the home. Then in and around the kitchen, so they did a lot of activities. But nowadays, the women entrepreneurs have a wider scope. So here women entrepreneurs are concerned with agarbatti manufacturing, puppet manufacturing, special bedspreads making. That is, they are making lot of designs and producing bedspreads and embroidery work. So nowadays, here many women are doing embroidery work, ori work, stone work. So by performing all these activities, they are earning very much. Then handicrafts. So they are producing handicrafts in the homes and they are exporting. Many women entrepreneurs are exporting their products. So we can come across the terracotta dolls. So these are all done by the women. Then batik painting in fabric. So fabric painting we come across. Then apparels manufacturing, that is dress making. They are producing ready-made dresses. Then catering services. That is, many women are performing catering services. They take orders for many functions and they supply their food. Then many entrepreneurs are running restaurants in the from the small level to large level. They are running the business, and many retail shops are owned by women, either small size or they are starting the enterprise in a very big size, and they run the crutches. That is, some women are fond of children, so they can run their crutches, running tutorial classes. So I am educated, but I don't have any work, means I can run the tutorial centers and I can take the classes and the florist shops. So nowadays we are having the habit of producing the bouquets, so maintaining the bouquets for any function. Many persons are giving the bouquets instead of giving the gift, they are giving the bouquets. And there is another scope, there is dry cleaning. They can go for dry cleaning. Pickle manufacturing, this is based on the agro products. So when the products are available in seasons, they will be bought and processed. Then urban dairies, so they can run the dairies. Then maintenance of offices, there is a housekeeping. There are now many persons, there is especially the NGOs, they come forward to run these type of contract jobs. Then milk distribution, service centers, stationery manufacturing unit, packaging material manufacturing unit, travel agencies, photocopying centers, studios, beauty parlors. So many women are earning much and much in running the beauty parlors, running working women's hostels, computer maintenance, screen printing, distribution of household articles, dress materials, cyber cafe. That is, they are running the computer centers and toy making. That is, many women are having a very good skill of making toys. So they are producing variety of skills, variety of toys and selling, then food processing and so on. So these are the actually this list is an endless. Sky is the limit for women entrepreneurs. So nowadays the qualified persons, there is many women are engineers. So with the help of the engineering skill and qualification, so now they have come to the technological field, especially in the software field. So 4 years or 5 years they are working in a software company. Then after that they have a skill to run a software company. Then let us say what are the functions of women entrepreneurs. Actually these functions are performed by the women entrepreneurs. That is, without these functions a person cannot be considered as an entrepreneur. So in order to be an entrepreneur, that person has to perform all these activities. That is, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, leadership, motivation, supervision, coordination and controlling. Let us see one by one. Planning. That is, planning is nothing but the course of action, that is determining the course of action well in advance. So what are we going to do in the future period of time? So we are deciding upon what to do, how to do and who will do the determined task. Okay. Then second one is organizing. Actually the goals of any business can be achieved by the personnel organizing activities such as arranging, guiding, coordinating, directing and controlling the factors of production such as men, material, money and machines. So, for that is manufacturing is concerned with the employment of men, that is labor, and we have to find the resources, material, money and machines. So, these are to be properly arranged and these are to be properly guided, coordinated and directed and controlled towards the achievement of the goal of any organization. Then staffing. So, staffing is nothing but the manpower planning, that is without manpower we cannot run the business. So, for running the business we have to engage a lot of manpower. So, we have to recruit, select, train, placement and develop the manpower, and if essential we can give the promotion, they may be transferred to other branches, and we have to appraise the performance of the laborers and we have to fix the remuneration. So, all these things come under the staffing. Then directing. So, directing is concerned with implementing the plans already made, and activities are taken to fulfill the organized and planned and ensuring effective performance by subordinates towards the achievement of the goal. That is, we have to direct all the resources towards the achievement of the goal of the organization, whether we have to organize them and we have to direct them to the achievement of the goal, whether it is material or machinery, these are all to be directed towards the achievement of the goal of the organization. And leadership. So, we have to, there is every businessman, every entrepreneur should have the capability of leading the person, So, in order to improve the performance of the subordinates and to achieve the determined objectives of the business enterprise, she has to issue orders and instructions. That is, we can get the things done through others only when we are giving correct instructions, correct orders, and we have to guide the subordinates. And we should have the capability to build up the confidence and enthusiasm among the entrepreneurs. So, we should have, that is, the women entrepreneurs should have the capability of leading the personnel. And the motivation. So, your motivation is an essential one, that is men, they are not machines. So, we have to motivate them in the proper way to the achievement of the goal. So, that is some authors say that there are two types of motivation, there is a positive motivation and negative motivation. So, negative motivation may help in sometimes only, but we have to motivate the persons or subordinates in the positive way. Okay. So, we can motivate the subordinates to achieve the goal, and personal incentives may be given to motivate, persuade and inspire them for contributing their best towards the achievement of the business enterprise. So, when they are properly motivated, we can extract lot of work from the personnel. Okay. Then separation. So, we have to ensure that the given instructions are followed by the subordinates. That is only by giving orders we cannot achieve the goal. So, we have to see that whether the instructions given are correctly followed. Then what we expect from the subordinates, whether these are done in a proper way or not. So, in order to get the work done as per the instructions, and we have to monitor them. The women entrepreneurs have to monitor them. Then the corrective actions are to be taken if there is any mistakes. There is we cannot avoid the human errors, we cannot avoid the human mistakes, and while supervising them, so we are monitoring them and we find out if there is any deviation, if there is any mistakes. So, if there is any mistakes means we have to correct the mistakes and the errors as and when they take place. Then coordination. So, here the coordination here we mean the team spirit. So, only with the help of team spirit and collective efforts of all the people involved in the business can help to achieve the goal. So, proper coordination is essential. So, for example, in the team games the coordination is essential. Only with the help of coordination they can succeed. So, likewise in the business also, that is everybody should have the coordinated effect. So, it provides unity of action towards achievement of the common goal. That is any function. So, whatever may be the function of the women entrepreneur, so the end point is the achievement of the goal. Then controlling. So, here it is a process which helps to get its policies implemented and take corrective measures if there is any deviation in the predetermined standards. So, already we have fixed the standards and we have to ensure that whether the standards are achieved or not. So, if the standards are not achieved, then we have to take corrective measures. We have to take corrective measures to attain the standards. Okay. So, the another function is controlling. So, here we have discussed 9 functions of the entrepreneurs. So, already we have discussed. So, what are the functions of the entrepreneurs? That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, leadership, motivation, supervision, coordination and controlling. Then there are certain problems. Which are encountered by the women entrepreneurs. So, women entrepreneurs, they are facing a lot of problems. So, let us discuss the problems. So, here problems here we mean that is what are the difficulties they face. What are the difficulties they face? So, difficulties here we mean sometimes they may not be having support from the family members. So, if a woman wants to become a successful entrepreneur, then they should have full support from the family. Okay. Another one is they should be able to balance the housework and the business work. So, if the family members are ready to share the family work, definitely a woman can run the business successfully. And another thing is in early days, today also the many women are suppressed. So, here the women have to break everything. The women have to break everything and come forward to run the business. So, they should be ready to take the risk. They should be ready to take the risk. So, if the risk is taken, definitely they can run the business very, very successfully. So, with this we can complete the class today. So, thank you students. So, thank you very much.